Welcome to DU Digimon.
Hello and welcome to DU Digimon and welcome to another video. If you're liking this content, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell so you're not missing out on any of the latest content. As you saw a couple of weeks ago, we did a custom card video based around ST20, the Protector of Light, so the new Greymon structure deck coming out sometime next year. So after doing that and discussing those custom cards in the group, Alex, who is much better versed with Garurumon than I am, decided to take a look at what sort of cards we might see in the Hero of Hope structure deck, so ST21. So these are the cards he's come up with, which I think are all great, and they were much better balanced on the first draft than mine were, I can tell you that, because I got way too excited. But this is what he's come up with, and we'll go through the different cards, obviously finishing on Metal Garurumon, because that's our big boss monster. But we'll start with the egg. So he actually came up with an egg, because I did not, because I couldn't find a template, but he managed to find a piece of software that actually used templates, had the Digi-Egg template. So this is what he came up with for the egg, which was Sunamon, of course, and the effect simply reads, when one of your effects adds cards to your hand, gain draw 1. So essentially you add a card to your hand via a searching effect or a drawing effect, you then get an additional draw off of the Sunamon egg, which is really good for that consistency. Very blue, very nice with that general kind of vibe of the consistency. Really cool. Next is the Gabumon. So we're going through the whole kind of Gabumon Garurumon line. Then we'll go through the Patamon stuff, the options to tamers, and then Metal Garurumon. But the Gabumon is blue purple. So Alex kept it kind of blue purple. The overall kind of colors for both of the structure decks are apparently red purple for the Greymon stuff. And the Angelwomon stuff, we assume, and it's blue yellow for the Garurumon deck. But we want, I think both of us wanted to keep consistency with the previous colours of Agumon and Gabumon, so that's why we've got a blue purple Gabumon from Alex's design. So start of main, on play, draw 1, then trash 1 card in your hand. So that is really good with the egg. Obviously you push on out, you then do your start of main, you draw 1 off of that, trash something from your hand, and then draw 1. So you're still gaining a plus. You're only going to go +1 in terms of that kind of draw, because you're having to trash a card as well. But you're still kind of deck cycling, which is really cool. Then the inheritable effect is when attacking, if you have 5 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1. So again, that's a way of triggering the egg. So really clever consistency design by Alex there. Then we've got the Garurumon. So this is actually a searcher. When digivolving, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon with Garurumon in its name or Angel in one of its traits, and 1 Tamer with Matt, Ishida or TK Takaishi in its name. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Blue purple again, really good searcher, and obviously because it's a when digivolving searcher and not an on play, I think the fact that it searches that many things is absolutely fine. Also quite cool because obviously again this will add something, add potentially 2 things, and then you're getting a draw as well, which is really cool. We've not seen, I think, that kind of active kind of draw power before, so I think that's really cool. Then end of your turn, inheritable. By trashing 2 cards from your hand, this Digimon can attack an opponent's Digimon, which is really cool. I mean, you're getting stuff in your trash, you get to attack straight away. Very nice. I like that a lot. Then we've got Where Garurumon next. So obviously blue purple again, digivolves off of Garurumon in name for a cost of 3. 4 on top of anything else. When digivolving, when attacking, not once per turn, might I add. Draw 1, then trash 1 card from your hand. So same as the start of main for your Gabumon, but you do that as a when digivolving when attacking. So you digivolve up into this, you get your draw, you then trash something, you draw off of your egg, then you attack, draw again, trash something again. So you're going up, you're trashing 2, so you're still, again, you're technically only a +1. I think mathematically, sorry, hiccup. But I think that's a really cool deck cycling thing again. Then all turns, when a card is trashed from your hand, this Digimon can't have its attack target switched until the end of the turn, which is really nice. It's a very almost Matt Galgamon type effect, which I really like. And because you're going with your when attacking, you trash something right from your hand, you can't get blocked at all. which, or you know, you can't get blocked at all by this with this Garurumon. So it's a really nice way of potentially finishing the game as well. Really nice card. Absolutely love that thought design from Alex there. Next we've got Patamon, so going in with the Patamon line. So start of main and on play, if you have one or fewer tamers in play, you may play one tamer with TK Takashi in its name from your hand, with the play cost reduced by 3. So the idea here is that the dual tamer that we've got in this coming up is a play cost of 4, I believe. So you can then play that out for 1. So it's kind of almost similar to how Terriermon works, just better. In terms of that regard, whilst also still working like the new kind of tamer level 4s essentially. So really cool. Then when digivolving as the inheritable, which is also interesting because the very idea of a when digivolving inheritable I don't think is something we see very often, if at all. But I really like this one. So you digivolve, one of your Digimon gains barrier for the turn. Then the one thing I will say is that it's not once per turn, so you can potentially put barrier on up to 2 bodies, because you digivolve on top of this on with level 5, and then with a level 6 you can potentially give barrier to 2 different bodies. But I still think that is a very cool and very unique and ultimately fairly well balanced kind of effect as the inheritable there. Plus also it digivolves for 1 on top of Tsunamon, so there's some reason to believe why it's so good. Then we've got the Angemon. So when we were doing these, obviously what we want to do is kind of make the Angelwomon and the Angemon kind of the ways of warping your Gabumon and your Agumon into Metal Garurumon, and that's exactly what Alex has done here. So it's a very costly level 4, costs 4 on top of a normal on top of any level, yellow or blue level 3, and also but then only costs 3 on top of a Patamon. So not too bad on top of a Patamon, but it does a hell of a lot with the effect. So when digivolving, when attacking, not once per turn. Possibly should be once per turn, I might think. If you have a tamer with TK Takashi in its name, you may activate one of the effects below. One of your Gabumon may digivolve into Metal Garurumon in the hand, or one of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon with Angel in one of its traits in the hand, with the digivolution cost reduced by 1. So again, just like how I did the Angelwomon, Alex wanted to make sure that this Angelwomon could work in either this specific kind of Hope Gabumon line, but also in Angels. So really cool. Then your turn effect, when one of your other Digimon attacks, you may unsuspend this Digimon and it gains end of your turn, delete this Digimon, then hatch in your breeding area. So I believe that is to balance out the Metal Garurumon Digivolve. So I think the wording of it is meant to be, when one of your other Digimon attacks, you may unsuspend this Digimon, and then the attacking Digimon gains end of your turn, delete this Digimon. I think that makes sense. So I think that's kind of meant, because essentially what we did as well to balance things is create a deletion effect that once you've warped into your War Greymon or your Metal Garurumon, it then deletes and then will go revert into an egg, essentially, just like in the anime. So that's kind of the idea behind there. So slight wording change there, potentially, but I really like this Angemon. Then the on deletion effect of the Angemon, you may return 1 Patamon from your trash to hand, that's really cool, really handy in Angels or in this deck. Then going on to Magna Angemon, Alex did decide to put Magna Angemon in this, so very cool. When digivolving and on deletion, all of your opponent's Digimon and security Digimon get minus 2k DP until the end of your opponent's turn, so that's really cool, because that's on, both basically affects everything with minus DP. And then the on deletion inheritable recovery +1, very simple, really nice. I think that's the same inheritable we gave to the Angelwomon as well. Potentially, yeah, I think we did give that on deletion recovery +1. I think, but I probably should have checked. But I can't remember. No excuses. Right, Tamer next. So this is the Matt and TK. So like I said with the Patamon, the Patamon can play this out for 1 cost because it's got TK in its name. Start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon in play, gain 1 memory, and if you do not have a Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. So really cool. That's start of your turn, not start of main phase. So you can push out your main phase, gain a memory at the start of the turn, and then push out at the start of main to gain a memory. It works very similarly to kind of the BT9 Tai and Kari, where you're gaining memory based on the security, but this time it's based around Digimon that are in play. So Really nice. Then start of main phase. If you have one or fewer Digimon in play, by suspending this tamer, you may play one Gabumon or Patamon with a different name than the Digimon you have in play from your hand without paying a cost. So really cool there. You know, so you can... This is a very early game kind of start of main, because if you've got Gabumon and Patamon in play, then you, technically speaking, can't use the effect. But if you've only got Gabumon or Patamon in play, you can then play it out, which is really nice. Helps with the warping, helps with all that sort of stuff. You know, so really, really cool effect there. Obviously, the security effect is just you play it without paying the cost, but very, very cool. Then we've got, unlike with mine, Alex came up with a memory boost idea, which is really cool. Though I would potentially think that 0 could be potentially too low of a play cost with this one, but you could potentially kind of go, you know, a little bit higher, maybe 1 or 2, you know, or maybe, you know, standard memory boost cost of 3, but it is a blue and yellow boost, so you kind of need an easier way of playing it. So, but anyways, if you have a tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements, so that's really cool. Then reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with Groom on its name or Angel on one of its traits from among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then place this card in the battle area, and then main, delay, gain 2 memory. I potentially think that the 0 cost probably is a typo. I think Alex would have. I know Alex, and Alex probably would have put 3 cost on this, I would think. So, but yeah, really cool memory boost idea. Then we've also got the Prophecy of Light and Hope. So he's actually made a card which potentially would go in both decks. So this would replace the one I made, which was the Crest of Courage, Arrow of Light. You know, so this could potentially be in both of those decks. And you know, based on what's kind of going to go on. But the first bit is, while you have a table with Taikumi or a Mat Ishida in its name, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. Main. If you have a tamer in play, Digivolve one of your level 3 Digimon into a level 6 Digimon with the Digivolution cost reduced by 4, ignoring Digivolution requirements. This Digimon gains Rush, and start of your turn, trash cards from the top of this Digimon until it is a level 3 Digimon. If there are no level 3 Digimon, then trash all of the cards. Which is really cool. It's like, he's taken that idea of like it reverting very, very well. It's just a really thought out card. You know, I also said about in the last video about potentially giving more rush to things, and this is a way of doing it without it being like OP. Yeah, just really, really cool. It's also got a good security effect as well, which is you may play 1 tamer with TK or Kari in its name from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then add this card to your hand. So this card works in either of the structure decks. Whether or not we'll see something like this, no idea, but I really like the idea of this card. It's really cool. Then our last card will be Metal Garurumon. Blue-purple, once again, level you know, Digivolves on top of a purple or blue for 4, and also the same for the level 5 cost. Possibly maybe bump that up to 5, because that's what we did for the War Greymon, but you know, I digress. This is also a little bit more balanced than the War Greymon was, I think. So, but it's got Blocker and Alliance, which is really nice. Then, when attacking, if you only have 1 other Digimon in play, by trashing up to 2 cards in your hand, suspend that many of your opponent's Digimon. Your opponent cannot unsuspend Digimon until the end of your opponent's turn. So, almost a green effect. You know, you have to trash cards in the effect, which is very purple, but the actual effect is kind of very reminiscent of a green card, which I quite like, actually. Then all turns, when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So that is, you know, obviously where we're bringing in the blue, kind of the unsuspend on there. But really nice boss monster. Obviously the Alliance on there and the Blocker is really cool, because you suspend their stuff, you swing, suspend one of your things, you know, because ideally you've got one other Digimon in play with the when attacking effect. Then you're going to do 2 checks, you know, unsuspend because you've suspended one of their stuff, and then you can go again, which is really cool. Or you can give yourself a nice big blocker. It's entirely up to you. But yeah, that's Alex's ideas for the ST21 kind of custom cards that we've been working on. Let me know if you guys like these. Same with the other one. If you want to go check that one out and let us know what you think of the ideas and the thoughts behind those. Just give us a shout. We don't know what we're going to see. Hopefully we get reveals for it sometime soon. Once the rest of the EX8 and ST20 reveals are done, is what BT20 reveals are done, I would think would be what we're going to get. But it'd be very interesting to see what they do. I do really like the idea of the Angelmon and the Angemon doing the warp effects on your Algamon and your Gabumon to become Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon. And I really wholeheartedly believe that Bandai are going to do something like that. Whether they're going to do it in exactly the same way we've done it, no idea. Probably absolutely not. But I still like to discuss these and figure out, what kind of things could we be seeing, But let me know what you guys think. If you want to see more custom card videos, we can always look at doing some more. Maybe coming up with custom cards for Digimon that don't get as much love, perhaps. Kind of thinking about things around their themes and what they do, and and just having a bit of a play. Maybe we could even do like a custom card submission. Who knows? You guys could make custom cards, and we could talk about them on the channel. That'd be cool. I'd really like that. But we'll figure that out next time. Just let me know in the comments below what you guys want to do and what you guys want to see. But until next time for our profile on Friday, we'll see you then. Keep it digital.